You know what keeps you up at night. It's not the future. You've kind of made peace with the fact that you're getting older. It's the past. The decades you spent in the wrong career. The relationship you stayed in too long. The dream you gave up on. The years you can't get back. You look in the mirror and think, I wasted my life. And the worst part, you're not wrong. You did waste some of it. We all do. But here's what might help. 2,000 years ago, a man named Seneca wrote a letter to someone who felt exactly the same way. And what he said might be the only thing that can pull you out of this spiral. Seneca was a Stoic philosopher who lived in ancient Rome. He was also incredibly wealthy, politically powerful, and by all accounts, kind of a hypocrite. He wrote about simple living while owning multiple villas. He preached about not caring what people think while desperately trying to stay in the emperor's good graces. In other words, he was human, flawed, contradictory, and he wasted a lot of his life too. But in his 60s, near the end of his life, he wrote a series of letters. And one of them, Letter 1, on the shortness of life, is basically a message to everyone who's ever said, "Where did the time go?" Let me read you the opening. It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. Life is long enough, and a sufficiently generous amount has been given to us for the highest achievements if it were all well invested. It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. Read that again. You didn't run out of time, you wasted it. And Seneca's not saying that to shame you. He's saying it to free you. Because if you wasted it, that means it was yours to waste, which means what's left is yours to use. Here's Seneca's first piece of advice for someone who feels like they've wasted their life. Stop living in the past, Seneca wrote. No person hands out their money to passers-by, but to how many do each of us hand out our lives? We're tight-fisted with property and money, yet think too little of wasting time, the one thing about which we should all be the toughest misers. You wouldn't give a stranger your wallet, but you give away hours, days, years to things that don't matter. And here's the kicker. Most of what you think you wasted wasn't even wasted on you. It was wasted on other people's expectations. You spent 20 years in a career you hated because someone told you it was secure. You stayed in a relationship because you didn't want to start over. You sacrificed your dreams because they seemed impractical. You handed your life out like loose change. But here's what Seneca would tell you. The past is gone. You can't get it back. You can resent it, or you can stop adding to the pile of wasted time by wasting today, resenting yesterday. Here's the practice. Every morning, ask yourself, am I going to waste today morning the years I wasted, or am I going to use today differently? Am I going to waste today morning the years I wasted, or am I going to use today differently? That's it. One question. Because every day you spend hating yourself for the past is another day you're proving yourself right. Here's Seneca's second piece of advice. This one's uncomfortable. You're going to die soon. Act like it's Seneca didn't sugarcoat this. He wrote, you live as if you were destined to live forever. No thought of your frailty ever enters your head. Of how much time has already gone by you take no heed. You squander time as if you drew from a full and abundant supply, though all the while that day which you bestow on some person or thing is perhaps your last. That day you're wasting might be your last. You're not going to live forever. If you're 50, you might have 30 years left, maybe 20, maybe 10, maybe less, and you're spending those years waiting to feel ready, waiting for the right time, waiting for permission from who? For what, Seneca would say, you've already wasted enough time. Stop waiting for a better moment. This is the moment. Here's the practice. Tonight, before you go to bed, imagine this was your last day. Seriously, close your eyes and imagine, that's it, that was my life. Would you be proud of how you spent today, or would you think, I wasted another one? If this was my last day, would I be proud of how I spent it? Now here's the hard part. Tomorrow, do it again and again, until the answer is yes more often than no, because you can't undo the past, but you can stop creating a future you'll regret. And here's Seneca's third piece of advice. This is the one that saves you. It's not too late. But you have to start now. Seneca wrote this to a friend who felt like he'd wasted his whole life. Begin at once to live and count each separate day as a separate life. Begin at once to live and count each separate day as a separate life. Not begin when you feel ready. Not begin after you've figured it all out. Begin at once. You're not too old. You haven't wasted too much. It's not too late, but it will be if you keep waiting. Here's what Seneca knew that most people don't. The pain of regret comes from inaction, not from the past. You don't regret the thing you did 20 years ago. You regret that you're still not doing anything about it today. You say, I wasted my life because you're still wasting it, right now, by refusing to start. So what would starting look like? Maybe it's going back to school at 55. Maybe it's ending the relationship that's been dead for a decade. Maybe it's finally writing the book, starting the business, learning the instrument, having the conversation. Whatever it is, Seneca would say, do it today, not perfectly, not impressively, just start. Here's the practice. Right now, today, do one thing, one small thing toward the life you wish you'd lived. Not the whole thing, not a perfect plan. One action, call the person. Send the email, sign up for the class, write the first sentence. Take the walk. One thing today, because Seneca's whole point is this: you can't get back the time you wasted, but you can stop wasting what's left. Look, Seneca died at 69, and he didn't die peacefully in his sleep. He was ordered to commit suicide by the Emperor Nero, the same emperor he'd spent years trying to please. In the end, all his compromises, all his people-pleasing, all the years he spent trying to play it safe, none of it saved him. But here's what did survive: his letters, his words, his brutal honesty about wasted time. 2,000 years later, we're still reading them, not because his life was perfect, because he was honest about how imperfect it was. You've wasted time, so have I, so did Seneca. The question isn't, did I waste my life? The question is, what am I going to do with the time I have left? You can spend it resenting the past, or you can spend it proving that it's not too late. If this helped you see your past differently, or gave you permission to finally start, I'd be grateful if you'd subscribe. This channel exists for those of us who are tired of pretending we have it all figured out. Real struggles, real philosophy, no BS. Seneca ended his letter with this: life is divided into 3 periods: that which has been, that which is, that which will be. Of these, the present is short, the future is doubtful, the past is certain. The past is certain. You can't change it, but the present is short. And it's the only part you control. So stop wasting it on regret. You're not too old, it's not too late, but you have to start now, not tomorrow. Now, if you know someone, maybe your age, maybe older, who feels like they've wasted their life, share this video with them. Sometimes the most stoic thing we can do is remind each other the time we have left still counts. Thanks for being here. Take care of yourself. And remember, you can't undo the past, but you can stop adding to your regrets. Choose to start. Timeless wisdom for a restless world. See you in the stillness.